going on the Nova Squad? And holy freaking crap, yo, I was fighting my light right here. I've been trying to like set it up. Look. I just go show you. Hold on, a second. This is something bringing the wall. Look, listen. I have been trying to put this in set, but like it has been like a pain in the butt trying to get that up and ready to go, because like I so-called tried to like rearrange my setup, whatever, but like it was just a pain, man. So so today we gonna be finishing up. Well, I probably won't be able to be finishing it, but we gonna be continuing with the Year of the Dragon special of Nick Mullen. So without further ado, here we go.
I went down there, I did the right thing. Fellows, I'm sure you've done the right thing before, which is, of course, handing over the $400 and then completely checking out emotionally while her hormones are ravaged for a week and you sit on the couch trying to watch Slapshot for the 35th time. While she cries and you go, "What's wrong? Are you sad? I paid the $400. Why are you crying? Look, it's Paul Newman."
Talking about the clinics, mothers and stuff. So
yeah, no, so I was down there, and like, I have to travel to say all this bullshit, on the road a lot, which seems, the shows are fun, but being on the road, it's lonely, it sucks, and so in different towns, I usually try to find like a little museum or something to go do. Otherwise, I'll just kill myself in the hotel room.
What?
With peanut M&Ms, most likely. Just suffocating on peanut M&Ms. So I was down in South Carolina, and I had some time to kill, among other things, obviously. So I was like, well, I'll go learn something, right? But it's South Carolina, not a very learned place. So there was no interesting museum. So what I ended up doing is I went on a $15 walking tour of, let's just call it a house built under questionable circumstances. It was a guy, it was a slave owner's house. And then you go in and they're like, he owned the most slaves. And I'm like, don't say it like that. Why? Don't use that tone in describing it. It was a guy that owned like all of these fucking slaves, but then it was just like a house downtown. It wasn't like a farm. There was like nothing for them to do even. And it's like, that's gotta be the worst guy to be during slavery. Is the guy that's just like, I just like collecting them. They're like Pokemon to me, basically. I stack them up, I feed them stuff, see if they evolve, and then me and my friends fight them. We fight them together to make them stronger. I don't know. That's crazy. That guy was probably just autistic, right? That's like, because they didn't have like Funko Pops in 1820. If you had autism in the South in 1820, you were like, I have the most slaves. I have all of the slaves now in my house. They're like, yeah, Jeremy's been struggling in school, but we got him slaves. And he's happy with his slaves. So. Right. So stupid. But yeah, no, that tour, the wildest thing happened on that tour, and I want to tell you guys about it because it kind of blew my mind, because it was a tour group. I was with other people, and I was the only one that like reacted viscerally to this bizarre thing that happened on the tour. Because we're doing the tour, and the tour guide, first of all, like, it was Paula Dean. It was Paula Dean. I wasn't like, hey, that looks like, it was Paula Dean. That's where she wound up after she got canceled. Is tour guide at the slave owner's house, which was an unfair cancellation, by the way. I should let you know that. I'm a Paula Dean truther. That was the only one I didn't agree with. She got she got hemmed up on bullshit. Because I don't know if you remember. You remember what she got canceled for? She got canceled for saying the N-word, which, hey, yeah, don't do that, right? That's bad. But the context is important because, well, here's why. Because I'll explain. Because she didn't get caught saying the N-word, right? It wasn't like she was on a hot mic on her show being like, hey, y'all want to hear something funny? It wasn't like that. Here comes my favorite word. It wasn't, that's not a... No, it was during like a deposition. It was like a legal fucking bullshit thing, right? And a lawyer asked her, and she has to tell the truth. The lawyer said, have you ever said the N-word? And what Paula Dean said was, yes, I said the N-word one time 40 years ago. Which has got to be the record.
Yeah, because it's really hard to...
That's the record. That is the record for least N-word said by someone with that accent, by a lady that sounds like that. One time. You remember the first time you heard Paula Dean? She's like, hey, y'all, we're cooking. You're like, fuck, hopefully food. The most racist lady I've ever heard in my life. Get in here. They got a racist on the Food Network now. She's just making her chef hat a little bit pointier. So like, what if it was just a little... I know it's supposed to be poofy, but just a little, just a point. I'm not going to do the eyes, just the point. I just want the point part of it. You think she's probably not even the worst chef, honestly. I mean, honestly, think about it. Who do you think uses the N-word more? Both hard R and soft A inclusive. Paula Dean or Guy Fieri? Who? Which one? Which one? Which one? You know, as soon as those cameras stop rolling, you know they probably have to edit it out a lot. You know he's had like a fucking like triple bacon heart attack breakfast burrito and taken a bite and just been like, that's a breakfast burrito right there. That is a fucking... They're like, yeah, Guy, you did it again. You fucking... I know it was a soft A, but you probably, I mean... It's the travel channel. I don't know. We're already in a lot of hot water with Paula Dean.
Right. You can't have two of y'all, man.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, so she's a tour guide at this slave owner's house now. And no, it was wild. It was crazy. I was doing this tour, and you're doing the tour, and maybe I'm spacey or something. I just kind of forgot that it was a slave owner's house because they don't really talk about it because it's South Carolina, so they're like, we still kind of think it was good. You know, they don't... Honestly, it was mostly, they're like, this is heart pine. That's what the banister's made out of. And you're like, oh, wow, okay. It was like a Fuddruckers from the 1800s. It's like commemorative plates on the wall and shit. So they don't really talk about the slavery thing until you get to the third floor of the house. And you get to the third floor of the house, and there is a dramatic tonal shift. And the tour guide, she starts getting quiet, right? She starts lowering her voice. And at the time, I thought she was getting quiet due to the emotional severity of what we were looking at. Because when you get up to the third floor, there's nothing on that floor except for this glass display case. And in the glass display case, they have these collars that have numbers on them that the slaves were forced to wear. And everybody's familiar with the history of slavery. But when you see physical evidence of it up close, it's like a very moving experience. You know, you start to cry, you get goosebumps. It's powerful to watch or witness, I guess. And like I said, the tour guide, she's getting quieter and quieter. And she says, and these were the collars that were put on the men and women that were forced to work in this house. And on this floor, we have to keep our voices down because upstairs is the great-great-grandson of the man that built the house. And I'm there with like 5 other people, and they're like, wow.
What?
And I'm like, can I have my $15 fucking back? Are you kidding me? What do you mean he's upstairs sleeping at 3 p.m.? Wake his ass up, get him down here. Let's beat him to death with his shoes. That's fucking wild. That's like if you went to Auschwitz and they were like, that's where the trains pulled in, and you see that little duplex over by the gift shop? That's old Billy Hitler's place. Yeah. Can you believe that? Sort of an Auschwitz miracle. They kept it in the Hitler family the whole time.
A miracle?
Man, through thick and thin, it's a Hitler property. Anyway, so...
Hell no.
Anyway, so I guess it's good all those people died of COVID, probably.
No, man. Can't just say that.
Because they refused to get the experimental gene therapy. Because they almost got me with that one when they said gene therapy. Because the gene part I have no problem with. Go ahead, turn me into an X-Men, I don't care. But therapy? No thanks, pal. I'm not gay. No. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I do hate therapy, though. I think therapy's bullshit. Because they put it under the umbrella of like medicine, which it's not. Like they're like, oh, that's a doctor. That's not even remotely close to a doctor, right? Because the other doctor, you can go for one thing, you know? Well, actually, they don't even treat that. You go to a regular doctor, you're like, my hip hurts. You're like, no, it doesn't. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I'm imagining things. But you go to a therapist, they always want to dig into shit, you know? You're like, I'm not feeling too good. They're like, interesting. Were you ever thinking about having sex with any one of your family members? Like,
why would you?
No, I just want to talk about the one thing. They're more like a mechanic than a doctor, right? Because they always want to go for the upsell, right? It's always something else. You go to a mechanic, you go in, you're like, yeah, I got a problem with my Toyota. They're like, well, for starters, that's not a Toyota. Here we go. They're like, yep, in fact, it's not even a car. It's just a picture of you being molested. And you're like, what?
Whoa, what?
Well, how much is that going to cost? It's probably going to take years. It's going to be a lot of money. I'm like, I thought it was just a fluid problem. They're like, well, technically, I guess, if you think about it.
Whoa!
Sort of, in a way. Yeah. So I can understand why they didn't get the vaccine, I guess. Do you guys care about the vaccine at all? Does anybody care? I don't have an opinion. Good. You still care? Good. I think the pandemic's over. I think it's done. I'm not paying attention to the numbers, but I feel like it's over. I feel like, I know the pandemic's over because Me Too came back. That's how I know. As soon as I saw the headline, Andrew Callahan accused of rape, I was like, guys, the sun's out. The world is healing. We're free to live in love again. And some of us are rapists, I guess. That's probably. We're back to normal, like we've been waiting for, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad it's over because I full disclosure, I didn't get the vaccine, but I didn't get it because I just didn't want to go to Walgreens. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to leave my house. You told me I didn't have to. They're like a chore? Fuck no. I haven't brushed my teeth in 9 months. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ew.
And it sucked. It sucked because there was no room culturally to be a guy that was too lazy to get the vaccine. You couldn't do it. You had no home in culture, right? Because if you tell anyone that got the vaccine and you didn't get it, they're going to think you're a fucking fascist no matter what. And then you can't talk to the anti-vax people because somehow they got their own goddamn science, which was the worst part about the pandemic, was the science and the math. I hated that the most. But you try telling one of them, you're like, yeah, I didn't get the vaccine either. They're like, right, because we don't know what's in all this mRNA stuff. And then I have to be like, oh, yeah, totally. That's yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, is the ingredients. There could be fentanyl in it, or I don't know.
What?
And I should have gotten it, too. I should have gotten it, because I got COVID like 7 fucking times.
What?
I just
7
kept
times?
it. But it became like an ongoing problem, because it was like, I would be like, okay, what's going to happen? I'm going to get COVID 8 times. And then I'd be like, well, now my eye doesn't work, so does the vaccine bring that back? Otherwise, I don't think I need it.
Hell no, it don't.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a little stubborn, too. I got a little bad attitude. I got a fucking... Really, I think about it. You know what my politics are? Calvin pissing on anything. Anything at all. Just a picture of Calvin pissing on any word. I'm like, exactly. Those are my thoughts. I was just about to piss on that myself. Personally. No, I'm just like stubborn. I think at a certain point I refuse to get it for the same exact reason that to this day I still have not seen The Princess Bride. I think it's the same. It's because the most annoying people I've ever met lose their minds when they find out either one of those facts. They're like, what do you mean you haven't? I'm like, I don't know. It sounds like it's for babies. And they're like, no! It's for grown-ups. And it's like, sounds like you like baby shit, pal. I don't know what to tell you. Sounds like you are into baby stuff. Also, I guess I will say partially I don't really believe the government gives a fuck about anybody's health. As soon as they got involved, I was like, I don't know about this. Because if they did, we would have universal health care, right? They had plenty of time to prove that to us. Plenty of time to prove it, and they blew it. And I believe that healthcare is a human right, right? I think everybody should have it, free, easy access. But you have to be careful saying that because it makes you sound like a snob for some reason. I don't understand why. Like, you come off like a snob when you say you believe in universal healthcare. But I just want to let you know that I didn't come to that opinion by being smart, right? I didn't have to read any fucking books. I didn't have to listen to any Marxist podcasts. In fact, I got to that opinion by being an idiot, because here's what I know, if I know anything about the U.S. economy, is somehow in this country, the rule is you can go to Six Flags for free if you drink enough soda. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. You can show up with a bucket full of empty Diet Cokes and be like, look what I did to myself. And they're like, get in there, pal. Go on in. That's like money somehow. And the hospital should work the same way. You should be able to have empty KFC buckets. Like, I'm dying. And they're like, come on in. We'll guess your weight. We'll fucking put you on some rides. The MRI machine's basically a roller coaster. It's basically Six Flags. I know. But I don't know. I guess I kind of feel bad, too, for the anti-vax people. And so I feel like I have to defend those people somewhat. And I don't really do it in person, but I do it online through burner accounts on Twitter. Through accounts I make to fuck with people, I guess, on the internet. And I want to tell you about this. I got a lady pretty good online arguing about the vaccines, right? And she was a Twitter argument lady, so you can imagine what she looked like, right? You know, just the Warby Parker glasses, and you know, just kind of like, not on my watch, like that kind of attitude. And then obviously the Ukraine flag emoji, that's like has to be in there.
Wow.
Which that was another wild thing. That everybody knew what side of that fucking war they were on right away. Here's how dumb I am. I went online, everybody had the Ukraine flag in their profile, and I swear to God, my first thought, I was like, oh, they got a new kind of gay now? They got another one? Yellow and blue? What is that? Is that peeing in the pool? Is that... Am I gay? Am I gay? Because if so, look out, world. I'm a proud pool peer, and I don't care who knows. It's funny, I think about it. That's probably where my conspiratorial thinking started, was when I was a young boy at the public pool. Because you remember that? You remember going to the pool? There would always be like a teacher's pet kid that was like, you know, if you pee in the pool, there's a chemical in the water that turns your pee red, and the lifeguard will see it, and they'll send you to jail, right? And then you're like, oh my God, I don't want to go to jail. I'm 6. I can't. I'll be raped. I can't be a 6-year-old in jail. I won't stand a chance. I don't know. Right, so you don't pee in the pool, right? And then everybody's getting fucking UTIs because of this one liar, this piece of shit fucking liar. And then halfway through the summer, there's like one brave summer day where you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm just going for it, right? And then you look down and it's fine, and you're like, dude, fuck the government, man. Yeah. 9/11 was an inside job. Now I know the truth. I'll march right up to Donald Rumsfeld and piss my pants in his face. I don't care.
All right, so that's going to be part 2 of the Year of the Dragon, Nick Mullen. You know, I'm actually surprised that no other reaction channel actually reacted to this special, because it is very, very good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really enjoying myself, but unfortunately, I can't really be up too late because I need to edit this video and also get some sleep for work. But other than that, man, I am actually having a great time watching this special, man, for real. If you guys got any other requests, make sure you should leave comments inside of the comment section, or just send me emails through the actual contact email that I have in the description. So, with that being said, if you guys really enjoyed this reaction today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comment section down below what you want to react to next. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, my name is Nova, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace!